Hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, hard work, work. There you go.
Forward.
Hard work, hard work, hard work.
Fall in.
Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Trey, and you're rocking with E2G Sports Network presents First Formation Morning Sports Talk. So come on and fall in with your favorite vets in the nets as we get ready to get to talking about what's cracking, what's going on in sports, different platforms. Of course, one platform y'all got to check out yesterday if you were a viewer was, of course, a conversation discussion when it comes to the military community, military basketball. Great discussions, of course. Be sure to tune in on Thursday as we talk to the players perspective, the players forum, whatever you want to call it. Of course, some of the those names that we spoke about yesterday in military basketball, we'll be able to hear from them. So, of course, for the most part, back to our regularly schedule, NBA and NFL, NCAA conversation and topics. A lot of things went on, of course, like we said yesterday, discussing and getting a chance to hear Bishop rant and rave when it comes to boxing. As we know, Jake Paul took his first loss to Tyson Fury yesterday. Getting ready to get into the swing of things. March Madness is upon us, just a couple of weeks away. Getting ready to fall in to get into those weekends, the championship weekends, so you'll be able to hear that and talking about that soon enough. Let's go Trojans, let's go USC. Y'all already know what it is. SC, bum, 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 bum. But in any case, where do I start? Where do I go? Where's the juiciest? Where is it the juiciest at? We start to get in. We know this weekend in the is going to be the combine. Selected players, over 300 players selected to go into Indianapolis, participate in the combine, show their prowess and their agilities and skills, answer some questions, be interviewed, examined, and everything, so a team knows what the value is of the said player in which you're after. That's going down, of course, beginning on the 2nd of March when they start the positions. Currently, right now, it's just a bunch of different things in which they're having conversations, they're having talks. They're engaged. Here's my man right here. You know what? I love that in the background. We know it is the last day of February. Many things to me. Of course, one being African American descent. People would say I'm not black. I don't know where that comes from. I mean, my complexion is pretty dark. But in any case, Black History Month, last day of Black History Month. Bryce Young in the combine, not throwing the combine. Bishop, I know this is Bishop's time of the year. I think he likes the end of the beginning of the NFL season as much as he does the actual beginning of the NFL season. So that's something which we will talk about. Jacob Jacob in a second, which I think that is something to be discussed about these players. Not like, why come to the combine if you're not going to perform everything? Why not just do like some players? I know there's a couple players out there that are just going to the combine.
The combine is today?
No, it starts March 2nd, but it's going on. They're already doing the interviews and all that type of stuff. That's already started.
It says the NFL combine is today, the 28th through March the 6th.
Mm-hmm. So the combine, they've already started the stuff and some of the things.
Isn't it early? I thought the combine normally didn't start until April.
No, that's the draft is in April.
Oh,
the combine, the combine is going
I definitely gotta watch the combine. I didn't know. I thought for some reason, the draft is in April.
The draft is in April. The combine is starts this month, where all the players go through and everything like that. But right now, they're going through the interviews, and all that other type of stuff. You know, some of the league gets together, the committee, the competition committee gets together, and which is going to be some stuff we're going to definitely talk about it. But to go with this, what Jacob is asking Bishop, what do you think about players in this particular instance? Bryce Young is not going to throw at the combine. I'm very sure he's going to throw at his pro day, but he's not throwing at the combine. What do you think about that?
It's nothing new. I mean, it's something we've seen a lot in the past. I mean, it shouldn't even really be a surprise to anyone that some of the players are not, especially some of the top players are not throwing.
Correct.
I don't
some players think, elect to do it in the pro days.
And that's in a lot of times they elect to do that because of the fact that they have that camaraderie and that chemistry with their receivers. So they don't want, when you at the combine, you throwing against people you've never thrown with. So you don't know their takeoff speed, you don't know their cuts, you haven't gelled with those individual receivers that are at the combine. So you're basically kind of throwing blind. And when you're throwing blind, even though coaches a lot of time ain't really necessarily looking for how you completed the ball, they're looking for how you threw the ball, the mechanics. They're looking at your footwork. They're looking at how your power behind your throw, your follow through, all of the measurables on how a quarterback throws a ball. It's not necessarily whether or not the receiver catches the ball placement, things of that nature. That's what these coaches and scouts are looking for. They don't look at the only person they look for in regards to whether they caught the ball is the receivers coaches, those that are looking at receivers, whether they caught the ball, whether they got their eyes around fast enough to locate the ball. Can they locate the ball? Judgment of the ball, things of that nature. So in my opinion, a lot of these quarterbacks do that with them not knowing that I was saying not about like I said, when it's all said and done, it's about how you go through your pretty much your mechanics. So, but Bryce Young not throwing, I'm not surprised. We've seen numerous quarterbacks who haven't thrown in the combine. What's going on, Cal? What's good,
Coach Cal? So, and I get that completely, Bishop. Like you saying, the ideal it's fine because we know we're going to see it at some point. We're not going to see it right. Probably do it, but we're going to see it because they're going to most likely do it in their pro days and whatever case like that. There's a bunch of players that's not performing during the pro days, during the combine.
And don't get me wrong, I understand why people are kind of like upset or disappointed because a lot of people want to see maybe their favorite favorite college quarterback throwing the combine. And the thing is, everybody's not invited to the combine. I don't know if everybody knows that. Everyone's not.
So
only
that's a good point.
Few are selected to go to the combine. Every college player doesn't have that opportunity to go to the combine. They don't.
That's a good point because I don't think it's a situation where if the player doesn't come to the combine, that someone else gets a one up and gets slotted in that slot. It's even an invite or they don't. So if they don't pull up, it's like you're not taking full advantage of an opportunity for the
right.
Well, I was about to say you're not taking full advantage of an opportunity that others don't have. That's almost like when it comes to talk about in certain communities where it's like, oh, you don't vote. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what you have to go through for not voting. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's definitely one of those things. But when it comes down to it, I mean, like you said, you're going to get looked at one way or another. Someone's going to be going to take a look and be able to see that and be like, okay, we won't. But the next question to you, Bishop, is: do you think, in which we can answer this, of course, Coach Cal, Jacob as well, we all tuned in. What does it make a difference, or is it an advantage for a player? What's good, Commissioner Myers? Glad to see you in the formation with us this morning. Do you think additionally that if a player doesn't throw, does that put them behind the power curve based on the players that did pass in the combine? So now you have these players that also pass in the combine that can show, okay, if they weren't the best in the combine, they come to their pro day and they show improvement. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? Because
Yeah,
just like
in
you
my
just
opinion,
said,
yeah, in my opinion, I feel like that's an advantage. So, say for instance, Bryce Young did compete or did throw at the combine. Say he had a bad outing at the combine, he still has his pro day, so he can make up for whatever he did in the combine. If he messed up at the combine, he can make it up and prove his worth at his pro day. But now, if you don't do the combine, you got your one shot at your pro day. You got your one, because you don't get multiple pro days. You get that one time to do a pro day to impress the scouts, and that's it. You don't get 2 and 3 pro days. You don't get that. So, in
Coach
my
Cal,
opinion,
the quarterback who you talking about is Anthony Richardson from Florida. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Bishop.
No, you good. No, yeah. So, in my opinion, I would throw in the pro day if it was me. I would throw in the pro day.
In general,
In the combine. I'm sorry. I would throw in the combine because like I said, for whatever reason, don't throw well.
Up, yeah.
You have opportunity to redeem yourself. You have that opportunity to redeem yourself and show your worth. Personally, I get it, but if I was recruiting, seeing a top QB not performing in the small, even in the smallest, would worry me a tad. So I get what you're saying, Jacob, but so whether you choose to believe this or not, that's a lot of pressure when it comes to performing at the combine, because you got a lot of eyes on you. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot, a whole lot of unfamiliar faces, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the combine. At your pro day, you got a lot of familiar faces, you know what I'm saying? Your coach is there, your team is there, your trainers are there, things of that nature. You have a lot more familiar faces. Now, I know you're probably saying, well, come on, man, it ain't no different than playing a regular game.
I was about to say that this is what Anthony tipped in. Is like, what's the difference? Like, do you
in
want
a
to?
way,
Because like,
it is.
You pointed it out because you was like, you're familiar. So if you go to the pro day and have a bad pro day, I mean, if you go to the combine and have a quote unquote bad combine, you go to the pro day and you have a good pro day. Is it because you improved, or is it because you're around the familiarity of or of your team?
And that's a good question, right? That's a good question. But a lot of times I feel like, because how many quarterbacks or how many football athletes have you heard had a bad pro day compared to how many had a bad combine? If you look at it, if you do, you know what I'm saying? If you do the math and look at it, normally the ones that didn't do well at combine, they come back and redeem themselves at pro days. Those that didn't even, of course, you can't compare it to the ones that didn't even do the combine. They just did pro days and they did well. So they don't have nothing to compare it to. But when it's all said and done, it's about your comfort zone. It's about your comfort zone. Are you comfortable at the combine to be able to throw in? And I get it. Like I said, when it's all said and done, you're like, oh, well, they play all these games in front of thousands of people. Yeah, but it's different. Because when you're in a game,
this is your resume. It's like going to an interview.
Right,
You've been to all these interviews. You've been to all these interviews.
When it's a regular game, it's a regular game. Everybody ain't there looking at you. Everybody's looking at their family members the whole game.
Think about how quiet it be when they're going through when you're watching the combine.
You don't have that stadium noise. Yes, you don't have the stadium noise. You don't have none of that at the combine. You have everybody when you're throwing. You have almost everybody that's that there's a plethora of events going on at the same time. But for the most part, when that quarterback
you throw a bad pass, you see people over
everybody right and that part that's a lot of pressure, bro. That is a lot of pressure on a person, especially a young student athlete. That's a lot of pressure.
Start to get in his head like, oh man.
Yeah, now you thinking about it, and you got to say, God dang, man, I just messed up. He just wrote down I'm trash.
You be in your head now, like, oh,
yeah, you in your head. You in your head.
But when such a naughty quarterback.
Yeah, but then when you get to your pro day, you at home, you on your turf. You know what I'm saying? You feel more comfortable. You in your zone. You're used to the field. You're used to your players, your teammates. You're used to your running receivers, your running backs. You know what I'm saying? You throw on this field on a day-to-day basis throughout the last 4 years of your college career. You know this compared to going to Indianapolis and throwing in a field, a stadium you've never thrown in. And you got scouts all in, like you said, scouts all in the seats, looking, writing, whistles, people critiquing you, people telling you this in your ear. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you need to. Not saying they don't
Yeah,
do that
that's what
out
they
there
do,
before they
especially when you
too.
come in, when
Yeah.
you got a team that's looking at drafting you, would be like, hey,
Yes.
hey, I want him to run this. I want him to do this. I want
Right.
to see these
Right.
type of throws.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then
Absolutely.
that bad part though, like think about when you sit up and over you when you got your quarterback, your wide receiver flailing their arms trying to get to a pass, like and then you got the quarterback like, come on, man. They'll say, like, get up, you know what I'm saying? I think it could go either way, but definitely in my opinion, just like Jacob would say,
Yeah,
I'm
me
going
too.
at the minimum, I'm going to both. I was like, you know what I'm saying?
I got to, bro. I got to.
It's
There's
like
no
just
way because
good or
I
bad or
want to get
different.
my
I'm
bad
pulling up
right.
at both.
I want to get my bad. If I'm gonna do bad, let me do bad at the combine so I can get it out the way, so they can say, "Oh, make them make the decision." Well, let's go give him a look again at his pro day.
But what if you go to the combine, right? And you go to the
Mhm.
combine, maybe you don't do too well, and then they turn around, and when you come to the pro day, you don't see, you ain't a lot. There ain't too many scouts and stuff out there.
Yeah, yeah. It looks bad.
It's like what if you thought you did good? What if you thought you did
But-
good at the combine, and then you turn around and you so now again something that's in your head, like are they not showing up because they seen enough, or are they not showing up because
But
they
then
seen
there's
enough?
there's this angle too, Trey.
Uh-huh.
What if you don't go to the combine and you show out?
Mm-hmm.
You show out. You make all the complete passes. You showing accuracy. You showing great footwork. All the fundamentals. Do you even need to do a pro day? Now you don't even
That's
need
a
to do
good
a pro.
question.
You don't even need to do a pro
Yeah,
day.
because on the opposite side of the spectrum, you flip it. Now you can go and have a bad pro day.
That part you didn't shined.
It's
you didn't got it out the way.
checkers,
You
man.
didn't shine. Yeah, you didn't shined at the combine. You didn't shine. Everybody giving you rave reviews. Your coach, all the trainers, they say, man, you did well. Why mess it up? Now, only thing, if anything, say because we know some people don't throw at the pro day, but they may do other events. So if you didn't, so say for instance, you threw well at the pro day, but you didn't get your fastest 40 time at the pro. You threw at your combine, but you didn't get your fastest 40 at the combine. Oh, guess what? Oh, I'm gonna rerun my 40 at pro day. I'm gonna rerun my 40, but I'm not throwing during my pro day though. I'm not throwing on my pro day, but I will rerun the 40 or any other drill that you want me to. But I think I did well enough in the combine with my throws that I don't really need to throw for again. So it could go either way. It could go either way when it's all said and done.
And so Anthony, what they do, I do think they do that. Yeah,
Anthony runs plays that best fit the player, other than the combine.
They do, but also the coaches ask any potential coach that's looking at drafting the player also asks to see certain things as well because they, of course, they want to make sure, like, okay, see how does this player complete? Like, oh, I want to see him throw from the opposite side of the hash. I want to see how he gets out the pocket.
Routes.
You know what I'm saying? Hot routes. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him what his completions is going to be with the timing with the receiver. I want to see
deep balls,
deep balls and all that type of stuff. So it becomes, and then of course there's a bevy of things in which he gets to freestyle and stuff like that. We seen it last year. What I thought, you know what, Bishop? When I think about it, man, I'm kind of worried about Trey Lance, bro.
Why are you worried about Trey Lance? Don't get worried now. What you worried about? Why are you worried about Trey Lance? Don't get worried now.
I wish we would have took Justin Fields, man. I do. I wish we would have. I've been sitting up thinking about that. I wish we would have took Justin Fields.
Why? Why you want Justin Fields over Trey now?
I've been with Justin Fields over Trey. I was satisfied with Trey because he's a big body. He's a mobile quarterback, so to speak. So you know what I'm saying, he took the hits and stuff like that. But when I think about it, man, as I've seen Carson Wentz digress, I'm like, come on, man. That don't be that. Don't be that.
Well, the big talk right now is they talking about Chicago giving up the first pick.
Oh yeah, they go. I would do that anyway. What but additionally, also, dude, the GM is like, Justin ain't my quarterback.
Ooh,
I ain't draft Justin, so let's go. Trey Lance for Justin.
A straight out trade.
Yeah, Trey Lance.
That's trade for Justin.
So Coach Cal said,
I don't see the Chicago doing that. But go ahead.
Running QBs are trending right now for the desperate to win GMs. Traditional QBs are the patient GMs willing to wait for their development and bring great OCs.
Mm.
So we know, of course, we know one thing. I think we discussed it a little bit, talked about it before. Eric Bieniemy is now
Anthony, they're
in
not saying
Washington.
Anthony. They're not saying, and they saying right now the prediction is Houston's
That they're
gonna
going to
trade up to
trade
get
up. Yeah.
because they got the second pick. So Houston gonna try and trade up to get the first pick because
But
Houston is more needy of a
is
quarterback
there,
than probably.
honestly, right, when you look at this
Mhm.
draft class,
Mhm.
is there a QB that's out there that's worth a trade up? And now it's unfair that we
CJ
put all this
Stroud.
on QBs. It's unfair that we put all this stuff on QBs because there's some good defensive players. You got my man from Alabama. You got
Mhm.
Carter from Georgia. So it's good
Mhm.
defensive players out there, at least two of them.
Right.
But when I look at it, we know QBs is the position. Are there top rated QBs out there in your opinion?
Yeah, I think Stroud and Stroud. Yeah, CJ Stroud and
CJ
Bryce
Stroud,
Young
Bryce Young.
are good. Yeah, are worth the. So the thing about CJ, I mean not CJ's,
Bryce.
Bryce, is that he's young. Or not young. He's only 6 feet.
Yeah, that's what Cal just put out. 6 feet,
Listed,
194 pounds.
listed. Right, 6 feet listed. 9 times out of 10, he probably ain't even 6 feet. They always give him a half an inch or more compared to what they really are. But either way, you know, that's the biggest thing.
That
They thinking
that
will
was
he be able to compete at that
that was my
size?
size, my 5th year in the Army, and I was frail. So that 6 foot
Yeah,
194,
that's me too. Yeah,
bro. That's
I came in the military at 6'1" or 6 feet,
yeah,
6'1",
6 foot.
somewhere
That's
around there,
6
at
foot. Yeah,
170,
yeah.
175.
See, exactly. By the time I
So
got to Fort Hood, my first year at Fort Hood, I was 6'1", 185 pounds. I was
right.
that's skinny. So I was Bryce. Well, okay. So Jacob comes back with, how do you like running backs coming out of the college and coming into the NFL? Is it me, or does it seem like their explosiveness dies out in the NFL?
It's not that their explosive dies, Jacob. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not that their explosive dies. It's the fact that their speed is equal to the DBs
The
and
best, some of the best
the
people in the
best.
NFL,
You're talking
the
to the
best of
best
the
of the
best.
best. We're talking
Mm-hmm.
about we're talking about linebackers that's running 440s, 440s. It just looks as though their explosiveness has died, but it isn't. It's just they're on an equal playing field when it's all said and done. You've got linemen, you got linebackers who run just as fast as some of these running backs, if not faster. So that's what it is. It ain't that it dies. It just you got the best, like Trey said, you got the best of the best, and that's just what it is. When you out there and you know when it's come to college players, I mean, it's not the best of the best, but it's college players that made the roster, made the team, and stuff like that. But they're not, they're guys that's on these college teams who will never see an NFL field. In other words, what I'm saying, the NFL field, be able to play on one in the NFL realm. But they played, they was well enough to play college ball. But yeah, when it's all said and done, you have the best players playing against one another, and that's why it looks like it's diminishing of their speed, but it's really not. Well, good morning, Kania. Good morning, TT. How you doing? Good morning.
What's going on, sis?
Don't sleep
Don't sleep.
on the great OL. I wish offensive line. I wish more teams, especially mine, focused on that. Yeah, they got us picking an offensive tackle at number 10. The Philadelphia Eagles they got them picking us offensive tackle in the first round. I think Richardson's going to be like Jalen Hurts, big body running QB. Richardson.
Anthony Richardson from Florida.
Oh yeah.
AR-15.
Oh yeah. He ain't even in the top. Richardson ain't
He's
even
in
the top.
He's in the top 15. Or currently, I don't know. Well, I don't know where he drafted. I know I looked at ESPN's. I mean, not
I'm
ESPN.
looking at it right now.
I
What's
looked
his
at
name?
NFL's Anthony Richardson.
Bro, they don't. Not what I'm looking at. Richardson. Because what I'm looking at, I don't even see him in the top 20 or the top 25.
The one I looked at this morning had him going to he was up top. Actually, it was a conversation that the coach was looking at him.
Let me see.
That's why he did. He said he didn't want to be called AR-15 for that exact reason.
Oh yeah. Do you
Yeah.
think B. John Robinson from UT will get a starting role in the NFL? And if so, where will it be the best place to land? I think Eagles can snag him if they don't re-sign their current running back.
So Calvin, what we're not going to do is give all that to the running backs. Why specifically the running backs?
Scott Monsters with the names that don't matter. Is the O line can't create.
They not even built like that.
I'm just saying, Jacob, Calvin. I'm just saying they have. So before I heard about the offensive tackle,
B. John Robinson though.
B. John Robinson was one of the guys in which they did speak about the Eagles picking up. No, don't let the Eagles get beat. That was one of the before all that came about. Y'all don't want them problems. Y'all don't want them problems. Y'all don't want them problems. Y'all do not want the problems, bro. Bijan, if you saw what Bijan did this season, Bijan murked us. Murked Oklahoma. Bijan murked a lot of teams. Bijan played ball. But right now in the top, this is in what is this in? The top 20. What is this? Oh, this the PFF draft board. They got Bryce Young going first. Yeah. Jalen Carter, from Georgia, is that the one you was talking about? Jalen, that one, yeah, old boy from Georgia.
Carter, defensive tackle from Georgia.
Yeah, him at number 2. Edge rusher, they got Will Anderson out of Alabama, so he's at 3.
Yeah,
quarterback Will Levis out of Kentucky at number 4. CJ at 5. Cornerback Devin Witherspoon at Illinois is number 6. Edge rusher Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. Number 8, Quentin Johnston out of TCU, which is a bad boy. He's 6'4", 215 pounds.
Wide receiver, right?
Right. Wide receiver out of TCU. Brian Branch, safety out of Alabama. Damn, Alabama got two in the top 10.
Who's going?
Three out of the top 10. Brian Branch, and rounded out the top 10 is cornerback Christian Gonzalez out of Oregon. So
everyone has different ones because this morning I seen because this morning I seen it was talks about of course Will Levis of course is in there. They talk about him, continue to talk about him. Jalen Carter, of course, Bijan Robinson. They talked about Kevin Porter Jr. Cornerback. Dalton Kincaid out of Utah is a few people that's in there, but the end state is it's presumes to be a lot of talent that is out there in which we see, of course.
Dalton Kincaid, he's at 25, tight end out of Utah. Yeah. Bijan is at 27.
27. Okay, I was about to say Bijan is the only running back that's really getting that love. Running backs don't even matter anymore, bro. Like honestly,
it's not a running. The NFL is not a running
back in league anymore. It's passing. It's a passing league, which means the only way
you
get love like as a running back.
Bijan is the first running back on the list.
The only way the only way you gonna get huge love as a running back is you got to be multi-purpose. You got to be in the mode, in my opinion, of Alvin Kamara or Christian McCaffrey type. That you can get between the tackles, or you can get outside. You can get in wheel routes, or you can sit up and line up in that position and do damage. If you're not that type of running back, then it's not. You don't have a huge. Your premium is down, so it's a passing league now. You got to be able because
running back ain't until he's down the list at number 51. Jameer Gibbs out of Alabama. Second round.
Late second round at that.
Late second round. You're right. Almost third.
Almost third going to the third round. So that starts to come like that. Rashard Penny killed in the NCAA and flopping in the NFL. Robinson might get to be all that pro wise. He might, you know what I'm saying? It also depends on when he goes. He could be a late bloomer. What's good, Mr. Coach Rich? Have you
what's going on? Good morning, sir. Good morning.
So there's a premium. It depends on where he would go. You know what I'm saying? If it's a team that really needs that.
Right.
Because right now, Najee Harris is doing damage in Pittsburgh, but when you look at other running backs and stuff like that, it's not as much needed. They're not. It's not good. It's not that.
You're looking at what's going to happen to Zeke, because I don't see him staying in Dallas. When
it's a quarterback. It's a running back by committee now. I think that's what the NFL. That's what teams are going to. Like, I don't need a great running back. I just need a couple of serviceable ones, and
That's
we can
it.
do damage.
So we
So
win with
49ers have done it
Brandon
over the season. Philadelphia did it this season.
Phillips. Right.
Quarter is not a big. I think you got a monster, or what you would think would be a monster, in Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt in Cleveland, but yet we talking about Elijah Mitchell and Christian McCaffrey in San Francisco. Miles Sanders,
Tony Pollard,
Gainwell,
Kenneth Gainwell,
and Miles Sanders in Philly. Tony Pollard and Zeke in Dallas. Like, it's running backs by committee now, and you build a running back a stable of running backs, and you can do work. So that's what it is.
Don't the Eagles need another QB? A cornerback. It all depends on how we do with this. We got a lot of free agents. Yeah, we got a lot of free agents. So it all depends on if we re-sign Bradbury, if we re-sign.
I think Bradbury goes to San Francisco.
Of course you do.
No, that's real talk. That's no fandom involved whatsoever.
You would like that. That's what you would like. Yeah,
I wouldn't even lie to you.
Bijan had 19 receptions and ripped off 314 yards and 2 Ds. I think he could serve well in a passing league still. Absolutely.
See, here go Eric stirring the pot. It's always when Trey say something. It's always keep cockeying and stuff like that.
You know Trey gonna find a way to get somebody over there to them during.
But if we said, you know what, I think Bradbury look good in purple and gold, he's gonna be all for that.
To the Chiefs in a shocking move. What? No, you don't. Brett, I was about to say, don't do that. Don't do you can't beat them Jordan thing. I was just about to say, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
It's like let me go team up with you. Look at I told you. Look, if we was talking about him going to winding up in that purple becoming a purple people eater.
Yeah.
We was talking about a purple people eater. It'll be a whole bit of conversation.
Yeah.
For him to
work out. Are you looking forward to the combine, Trey? Are you
no, I don't. I think I'm with West Coast now. I don't. I think the combine. I think the combine is not needed. I think I guess based off the conversation we had when we first started, maybe the combine is needed. So I want to definitely see what I can to check it out and see. It's not too many USC players that's in it this year. Or of course, we continuously have put in wide receivers. So Jordan Addison is going to be in it this year. He said he thinks Bradbury stays and Slay leaves. Slay's getting up there, ain't he?
No, we need big play Slay. Don't leave Slay. No,
You would rather keep Slay and get rid of Bradbury?
I'd rather keep both of them. To be honest with you,
no, we can't have that.
Slay led the team in interceptions. No. No.
So if drop one, bench one, cut one, bench one, start. Who is it between Gardner Johnson, Bradbury, and Slay?
Gardner Johnson cut, bench Bradbury. Gardner Johnson's cut.
Gardner Johnson is the one that you would want out of that, is to really move off the team, off that group?
Yeah, I think I would.
Didn't he make our defense a little bit better when he came?
He did. But if I gotta cut one, I'm gonna cut him. If I gotta cut one, I'm gonna cut him. I'm gonna keep Bradbury on the bench and start Slay.
Start Slay. Okay. I think Johnson has a certain edge to him that gives him that makes him a little more formidable, or whatever the case like that.
I bet he could, Eric. I bet he could. No, we better be keep this Slay. We just named our our quarterbacks. Come to find out, he's our quarterback. Our OC now.
Yeah, I seen that. I was about to say, did he get promoted to the
start slow, bitch, Slay, cut Bradbury. Okay. But you won't Slay, but you're gonna bench him. You're gonna bench Slay, but you want him though. You won't Slay over there in Minnesota, but you're gonna bench him over in Philly. Right. I'm looking forward to the combine, Trey. I ain't gonna lie. I like watching it. I love watching the receivers, the wide receivers, the quarterbacks. I love watching the The running backs, I love the 40. I love watching the 40 and seeing who's gonna come up with the fastest time in the 40, things like that. I love all that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. I did not know, like, again, I'm still in shock that I did not know that the draft started today. Not the draft, but I mean the combine. Yeah,
well,
I did not know.
Yeah. So
again, because Slay is older, Bradbury is younger.
Yeah, Slay is older. Yeah.
What do you mean, Sauce?
He talking about sorry, the other Gardner, Sauce Johnson. Yeah, not CJ Johnson Gardner.
Yeah, I knew what he meant.
Yeah. I'm tracking what he meant as well. So as an official standpoint, Bishop, the NFL competition committee is taking a look at a certain situation that what you're thinking about, because the Rams challenged this, has brought it to petition in reference to doing something, making the pass interference, roughing the passer. I'm sorry, making the roughing the passer reviewable.
I like it.
Did y'all have any roughing the passer?
You know why they doing that though? You know why they doing that? Did you catch it?
Why?
Tom Brady's gone.
Tom Brady's gone.
Now that Brady's out, we can go back to football.
Stop that. Y'all gotta stop that. Come on, man.
Bruh, why would you bring it back right as Tom Brady retired? Right as Tom Brady, they had already talked about it years ago about how it was already fixed for Tom Brady and quarterback.
So this is why I say it's not, because the teams get the option to petition or get the opportunity to basically bring it to the forefront that, okay, we would like to bring this up to be a discussion. So you're saying all 32 teams was given a hush and cease and desist order on challenging the roughing the passer until Tom Brady is at the lead.
Yep.
Crazy.
Everybody came back.
Y'all bugging.
Hey, y'all know Tom retired, right? For real? Hey, let's go ahead and bring it to the table, man. We need to review this roughing the passer, man. He gone now. Let's go ahead and put it in the books, man. Let's have a review. I think that's a good thing, though. I think that's because roughing the passer has definitely changed some outcomes on some games because of it. Even in Super Bowls and things like that, we know how a lot of things have transpired because of roughing the passer.
And they said,
but I think it should be something reviewable.
The sling versus slam is what the versus is. So
now that slam, the sling slam thing, now that I don't see them going away.
They said sling is, of course, the natural progression of the tackle, but slam.
But when you pick a person up. When you pick a person up, that's totally different.
But remember, we were taught to wrap up and drive. So if I wrap
there's
up,
a difference between wrap up and pick up and drive. That's two different things. You said wrap up and drive. That means wrap up, drive your legs. It don't mean wrap up, pick him up, and then some body slam him on.
But that can that not be a progression of wrapping up? Like you calm down, bam, wrap up, pick up, and then you.
See, when you add the pickup, that's where you're wrong. The pickup part is not in that. No, it's not.
Do you not wrap up and pick up running backs if you catch them with your tackle?
No, you don't pick them up. As you notice, most defenders, when they wrap up and drive, especially when it comes to quarterback, what they do is they call that twisting motion. So when you wrap up, you grab and you do almost like a what do you call it? Alligator roll. Alligator roll. So that way, when you wrap them and you grab their legs, you do like an alligator roll to prevent them from
get them off their
continue to run.
Get them off their axis.
Take away, take the momentum away. So you can't stop a 300-pound player in mid. Facts, you can't. But what I'm saying is, when you got these Davises and Dominican Sues who's bitching 1,000 pounds and stuff like that, picking up a 200-pound quarterback, bro, you don't need to do that, bro. You don't. Now, a lot of times I feel like when they do that, when defenders especially when it's D linemen, a lot of times I feel like it's from frustration. They're pissed, they're upset that they haven't gotten to the quarterback as many times as they would like. So they find themselves doing stuff that they shouldn't be
Thank
doing.
you, Eric. Thank you,
That's
sir.
what they used to teach stuff. Wrap, pick up, and drive to.
And
No, they
drive
did.
to
I
the
don't know.
crowd. Yes, you did.
I don't know what football y'all talking about where they said wrap.
Head
I don't know about
first,
wrap up.
tackling. You
Wrap
head
up.
on the right
No,
side,
wrap
left side
up
of the body.
and right. Wrap up. You wrap. You pad on the side of the
Side of the
body.
body, wrap up
And
and
you
drive.
You
Yeah.
drive. You do not pick up. There's nowhere in no form or fashion does it say pick up. Y'all show me where it says pick up in fundamental of football.
I'm going to
It
build
does
up the
not say
FBU
pick up. It says
University,
wrap,
FBU
drive,
drive lines now.
drive the player into the ground. You don't pick them up. Why?
He said now you ad lib and you freestyle it out like no.
Now you add,
y'all added to the regulation.
Yeah, yeah. Now y'all add MMA to it, WWE. Stop all that, bro.
Oh, my
Needs to be on
goodness.
meds. He deserves 90% of his penalties. I agree. Yes, the spirit for wrestling, basically that part. That's exactly what
It's like get up and do your dance.
Yeah. You wrap,
The
you
lights out
drive,
there.
and you drive them down. You drive them to the ground. Because one thing is, you don't have to pick him up because if you wrap up and you drive, he's already in the back pedal motion. What do you need to pick? He can't go forward. He's in the back pedal motion.
How many times have we seen quarterbacks, i.e., let's say people like Patrick Mahomes, while in a back pedal motion, still deliver the ball? You got to set up. If I pick up your momentum,
how many have you seen it?
I won't slam. I just pick up and drop. But like, okay.
How many have you seen being able to do that and still complete a perfect pass though? You don't see many. Yeah, it depends and how far they throwing it. Yeah, you might see him complete a 2 or 3 yard pass, but you ain't finna see him complete nothing deep down the field like that, being driven back like that. As Dak Prescott, he had to happen a few times. It was some hard hitting tackles in the Super Bowl. I thought that they changed the rules for a second, but maybe they were all legal. Yeah.
So
I'm from the street playing football, rap pickups, body slam. Yeah. See, y'all done added MMA, sideline tackle. Yeah.
Additionally, what they're also taking a look at is I'm going to see what you like about this, Bishop, or not, because initially this was your squad that brought this to the table.
It begins Thursday. Combine begins Thursday.
Yeah, the other stuff is going on now. They start the physical, the drills and stuff
mental?
on Thursday. Yeah, everything mental, like the checking, the examinations, the questions, and stuff like that, and then of course the other stuff going on with the NFL in general. But your team brought this proposal 2 years ago to the table, in which they're thinking about revisiting now, which is the same rule in which the XFL uses, the 4th and 15 as opposed to the why you stop dead in your tracks? This is what y'all bring it. 4th and 15 as opposed to going 4th and 15 on the 25-yard line as opposed to going for an onside kick. The option to run a 4th and 15 as opposed to going for an onside kick. Well, correction. You can run a 4th and 15. The proposal was you get 2 4th and 15 plays in the game if you care to use them. And you can use that option and go for 4th and 15 on your own 25-yard line to see if you can convert the 4th and 15, or you could just do an onside kick. Do you agree with going for if you don't want to do an
probability
onside kick?
of getting a 4th and 15 is more likely to be successful than an onside kick?
Yes, so I would think picking it to a 4th and 20.
Yeah, I think
from the 35-yard.
Yeah, I think then that means So you do? Are they saying that you're gonna have the option, or is that just
option? You have the option. You can even do the onside kick, a regular kick, or you could elect to go 4th and 15 from a yard line with the trying to pick up 15 yards for a first down, and then go from there. A first down for a play. So you even get 4th and 15 where you play, or basically you get 4th and 15. If you don't complete it, then they pick up the other team gets it at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't see no teams.
So it's basically what the XFL does in their for their onside kicks. The XFL does, I think, 4th and 15 or 4th and 25 or something like that. So the team can do that, utilize that instead of utilizing the onside kick if they care to. And I don't think only one team or two teams has converted that. It actually went on to win the game after converting it. So.
I don't see no NFL teams wanting to onside kick no more after that if they bring that into fold.
to make
Make
it
it
8
8
yards
yards
versus.
versus 10 yards to recover. Then you have a challenge. Ooh, you ain't lying. Because them 2 yards is big. Them 2 yards, even though it don't sound like a lot, them 2 yards now is huge. Because now it's free. Yeah. Because you know a lot of times you see the players waiting for that ball to get to that 10-yard, and by the time it get there, they never get it.
So, what do you think about Bishop? What do you think about? Is there any other rules in which, if you were an organization, you would try to challenge and be like, we need to take a look at these, i.e., um, defensive pass interference, uh, automatic first downs for offense for defensive holdings and stuff like that,
Mm.
or even the what's that unsportsmanlike or unsportsmanlike penalty. Any of those you want to get rid of or revise or anything like that? If you was an organization looking to try to make a difference in the
I'm sitting here
rules.
trying to think like which ones that I may feel like would be beneficial to the league, but I think everything else is pretty legit. You know what I'm saying?
What he's really doing is looking at what rules affected the Eagles and what he would like to change if there would be something he'd like to change. Obviously,
No, because the thing about it, the thing of the matter is every rule and every um penalty is judgmental. It,
do you think every rule should be reviewable due to that fact?
now that I agree with. Now that I feel like that's I agree with. Yes, I feel like especially when it comes to, and I would say not necessarily everyone, but in crucial moments, in the key moment of a game, like in fourth quarter, if somebody did one of the officials called a penalty and it's questionable, yeah, I feel like that should be reviewed. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Without
Mm-hmm.
question, I do. I feel like that would be something that definitely could be brought into play, and then would definitely change some outcomes in a few games. Now that I do agree to, I do think that would be very beneficial.
If your man, the NFL offices in New York needs to be fast acting with more cameras to verify, bring in some professionals. True that, because Eagles got away with one.
Got away with one what?
Got away with a call that should have been reviewed faster
What
than
one?
the Eagles. The incomplete pass to
Oh, you talking about Devontae Smith
Smith.
catch?
Yeah, they got away with one. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if your man in
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, Joe Mixon, was available, if you were a GM, are you going after him in
Uh-uh.
Philly, or you don't want him in Philly?
Mm-mm.
Joe
I,
Mixon.
I, I no.
You prefer to
Why get?
resign Miles?
I would prefer to re-sign Miles,
Mm-hmm.
and if we were able to get Bijan, because it's a fresher body. It's a fresher body.
So
It,
you want some more you want some more over for show, basically.
you want some more over for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
know what Joe Mixon comes to, and he's only 26 years old. You know what he brings to the table. You'd rather have Bijan 6
Bijan,
years.
who's
I mean, what
21.
20 8 years of 6 Joe Mixon's 26, so Bijan's like maybe 21, 22 years old.
22 at the most, yeah. I would take
Yeah,
Bijan,
you'd
yes,
rather.
because I know for one, we about to probably get rid of Boston Scott. Boston Scott is probably out the door, in my opinion. Boston Scott,
Oh
because we
yeah.
don't need Boston Scott, Kid of Gainwell, and Miles Sanders. We don't need all three. My personal opinion, I would bring if I'm able, if it's me, I'm bringing in Bijan, getting rid of Boston, and then now with Gainwell, I'm still flipping him, kind of playing him somewhat similar to like y'all do with Debo, but trying
Mm-hmm.
to kind of trying to maybe
Move him
try
to
and
a
kind of
receiver
slot, more slot,
slot. Yeah, yeah.
because because and continue to do like those little screen passes to him in a running back type of a long stretched out run compared to just running them straight out of the backfield. Because if we was able to get Bijan and Miles, you talk about running back by committee, bruh, it'll be problems.
Miles, Gainwell,
If
and
yeah,
Robinson.
yeah, if Bijan can continue to run like he ran in college now, again, just like what you said earlier, Jacob, it looks totally different when you
When you get
running
into the
against
NFL,
mediocre. Yeah, when you get it's totally different. So it's only if he can continue to do so.
what about David Montgomery of the Chicago Bears? Would you? Nah, not really.
Not for me.
Saquon. What about
Saquon,
Saquon?
Saquon ain't
But you
leaving.
can't. But you can't have Miles. You can't have Miles though. You can't
Yeah,
have
Saquon
Bijan
ain't.
Miles, but you
Yeah,
get
but
Saquon.
Saquon, they not getting rid. They'll get rid of whatchamacallit before they get rid of Saquon.
Daniel Dons.
Yeah,
Daniel
they
Jones.
get rid of that. They'll get rid of Daniel before they get rid of Saquon. Even though he's injury prone, Saquon, I still feel like they feel like they have upside with Saquon more than they have with Daniel Jones. In my opinion, I don't know. They could possibly get rid of him. Is he up for as a free agent?
Who? Saquon? Yes.
Saquon.
Him and
Ooh,
Daniel Dons. I
ooh.
think. Well, I think
So
they're
they
both.
probably gonna
Yeah.
make a decision then. Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he's up for a restricted free agency, while Daniel Jones is up for a free. He's a free agent because he didn't get his. They didn't pick up his option. Their coach is the QB coach and loves Danny Dons,
which is possible, which is probably true. You're right. You're right. And Danny didn't do bad.
Yeah,
He
he hasn't.
didn't.
Honestly, over the course of his year, he hasn't been that bad. He hasn't
No,
had
he hasn't.
anything. Like if you don't have
He
like the
really
man
don't.
has, the
He has
only person
no
he
weapon.
had
He
was
got
Saquon
That's it.
Barkley,
That's
and
it.
he's
That's
been
all he got.
gone.
Yeah,
And
that's it. He ain't
Saquon
got
Barkley's
nothing.
been injured, so he's been
Yeah.
serviceable with what he
Right.
had. Like he
Yeah.
didn't have
Yeah.
receivers.
You can't ask.
He
You
didn't have a
can't ask
line.
much. Right. You ask him to put him. He's pretty much in the same boat as Aaron Rodgers was in. No,
Or
he don't
even
have nobody.
Lamar Jackson. Like
Lamar,
I don't have
yeah,
like my running back
nobody.
from Baltimore is a running back committee too,
Right.
but they got you know what I'm saying, and then his whole running back room was depleted. She ain't have not a single organic running back, and then they brung in running backs and they got injured. He ain't have a receiver. Like it's like that. I can see why he would ask for more.
Winning season.
Yeah, you say, and then he goes down. You see what happens. Like you got to take that into consideration, and that's the same thing for. And that's saying unfortunate. If I was Daniels, I'd be like, man, I'm not coming back to y'all. If I got other people that's trying to get me, I'm not going back to New York.
Right, and that's what I feel like. The Giants are going to look for, man. If they could keep Danny and as well as keep the Saquon, they're looking at him a top receiver for sure. Top receiver. I don't know where they are at the. Let me see where is New York Giants at with the picks. You see where they are on picks. But if you
they need to release Galladay. That he stole like we talking about stolen valor. That was Galladay. He took that money and was like, hey,
I'm out this beast. I'm out this beast. Yeah. I think. Wait a minute. Do the Giants
they're gonna be low pick.
I think so because didn't they
they made the playoffs, but did they trade away?
No, not only that, but didn't they get some trade? I want to say some trades cost them some. Let me see.
I know they traded away Tony. Detroit happy with their quarterback. Oh yeah, Jared Goff. I think is going to be serviceable. So I don't think they're going to hurt there. They're not going to be looking for the quarterback. They might be. I would even say they would.
26th pick. The Giants got the 26th pick. That's their first pick in the first round.
Is that their organic pick, or did they get it from somebody?
No, that's their organic pick.
See what happened. So sometimes
because they was division round losses.
I was about to say making it to the playoffs ain't all what it's cracked up
to
be,
bro. Yeah, can hurt you.
If you ain't winning the Super Bowl, it's like, oh damn, man.
Yeah, it can hurt you. Yeah, that's their organic pick, man. They got it. They got the 26th pick. Yep.
It's like if I ain't winning the Super Bowl, I don't want to go to the playoffs. If I got a chance to win the Super Bowl, I'm like, okay, we can make it to the playoffs, but I'm good. Like, nah.
Yeah. So which they may could still they could probably get a receiver at a 26th pick. I don't
think the receiver pool is that. I don't think it's that deep.
Let me see who they got them picking up in the 26th. Oh, they got them picking up in about a mock draft. They got them picking up a linebacker, Trenton Simpson from Clemson. That's who they got them picking up as the 26th pick. I don't know why that's not what they need. Their defense wasn't bad. Their defense wasn't bad at all. It was their offense. He didn't, like you said. Danny Dimes didn't have anything whatsoever. That's crazy, bro. Oh, y'all don't have a first round pick, huh?
No, we traded it
That's right. Y'all
for
sure
the dude
did.
who I'm scared of now.
Yeah, y'all sure did.
Every time I look and see, you know those memes that when you look at a picture and then slowly but surely the picture turns into somebody else. That's what I
Yeah.
see every time I look at Carson Wentz. I just see
Wait a
him
minute,
turning
Trey.
into.
Y'all don't have a second round pick either.
No, they're all traded away. We traded to get back into I think
Because
the
of
third round.
because of
No, the other ones come from other stuff. I think the other one comes from Christian McCaffrey's trade. But I think, we traded back in. We traded back even to the lower second round or the top or
No, y'all ain't in
third rounds.
y'all not in the second round at all, bro. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm looking at the third, bro. Y'all did not trade away all y'all goddamn picks, bro. Y'all don't even have a pick in the third round,
Bruh, stop it.
bro. Are you serious? Y'all don't. I'm looking at it. Y'all don't have a pick in the third round either, bro. Y'all traded away all y'all, bro. Is this draft day?
We got.
Is this the movie draft day? Did y'all trade all y'all picks?
We got pick. We got
the
102nd
pick.
We got three. Yeah,
in
we
the
got
fourth
three.
round.
We got 3 third round picks.
Three?
3 fifth round picks. Yeah.
Oh,
we got
yeah, I see it.
We got the 99. We got the 3 in a row. Actually,
94.
99, 100, and 101. And then we
No,
got
y'all got the 94th pick look like.
we got
From,
99, 100, and 101. Then we got 157, 166, and 173 in the 5th round. The 6th round we had 1 pick, and then we got 3 rounds in the 4th, 3 picks in the 7th round. So we don't pick till the second day.
To the
late in the second day.
Year. Yeah, y'all pick next year. Damn, bro. Damn. All for CMC.
It wasn't all for CMC. It was a couple of them. CMC,
bro. For you not to have no pick, but I mean, don't get me wrong. They made the playoffs. They was there, so of course they was gonna be far down anyway.
Yeah. So those picks aren't as you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The picks aren't as bad as we think. When you look at it, like those tricks that paid trade
because initially they had the 30th pick. Initially they had the 30th pick from the Saints. But they traded it away.
Mm-hmm.
Traded it away. Initially, they had the 30th.
So yeah, so I mean, hopefully it all works out for us. Additionally, for the most part, where we get, I mean, who the hell gonna be around in the third round? Like,
you ain't lying, bro.
Especially with all the people we got to sign, man. Like we got to turn water into wine.
That's crazy.
That's basically what we got to do.
Crazy.
We got to turn water into wine.
Everybody doesn't. It doesn't look like It doesn't look like we looking at trying to everything I've seen so far. It doesn't look like we trying to get Bijan.
No, he's not gonna be around. Well, I guess it depends.
You know what?
Who favors
Bijan,
running backs
by this what I'm looking at? Oh, guess who they got him at right here on this? What is this? This is I don't know what this is, but this one right here, they got Bijan going to Tampa Bay Bucks in the first round.
That's a waste.
And at the 19th pick.
If you, because I think what's his name still has some fuel gas in this tank.
Fournette.
Yes.
Fournette,
you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to be all he got to do a running back by committee. He is a running back by committee
type back
candidate now.
Yeah.
And so if you put him in, saying where he gets a couple of carries here and there and he becomes thriving in somebody's offense, you got problems. Mm-hmm. But then you got a lot of people because you got the Atlas, you got the Hilairs from Kansas City who's fizzled kind of. You got people like it's going to be interesting. I think next year, what we got this year and what we getting this year in the NBA with a lot of teams that have basically jockeyed to put themselves in a position where it's a tight race across the conferences. I think you're going to see that. We might see that potentially next year in the NFL. Tampa Bay is a good fit for them. For who? Bijan or
Bijan?
You talking about for Bijan?
He talking about Chris? Yeah, he talking about Bijan. That's Frat. What up, Frat?
Yeah, what's going on, Frat? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, watch.
They got CJ Stroud going to Indianapolis.
Again, I'm not too sold on this year's quarterback classes.
That's like I didn't like.
I'm not too sold on this year's quarterback classes.
That's crazy. They got him. Yeah, they got him going to. They got him going to. To Indianapolis, which is crazy.
You have Derek Carr. He's meeting with the Panthers in the combine at the combine. What do you
Is
think
he
about Derek? Yeah, you think about what you about to think about Derek Carr going to
Carolina?
Carolina?
But this is the thing, right? They had Carolina being one of the teams that whatchamacall was gonna go to. That was gonna pick up what's his name? Who was it? What team was that gonna pick up? Carolina was gonna pick up one of the quarterbacks out the draft. I forget who it was. I can't think of who it was. But yeah, they was gonna pick up Carolina was gonna pick up a. They was looking at oh no, that's what it was. I want to say Carolina was talking about trying to get Justin. That's what it was. Carolina was thinking about trying to get Justin at one point. Justin Fields. Yeah. Yeah. Carr meeting with the Saints, Jets, and Panthers.
Everyone wants. Why does everyone want him in New Orleans? I don't know about that.
Because like who was that? Mr. Richardson? He Saints fans are not feeling they don't know the future of Jameis for one.
Yeah.
So that's why. What up, Stan? What's good up, Frank?
You talk about Carolina. Look who pulled up.
Yeah, you already knew. Yeah, as soon as Carolina be spoken, here come Taylor May. But yeah, they I think people are not expecting Jameis to be in New Orleans no more.
Probably not to play anymore in general.
That part.
Marcus Mariota. It was funny that we talk about these two in the same. Marcus Mariota. He's been released. So that's two quarterbacks.
Atlanta released him.
Yeah, they released him. Salary cap cap move.
Cap free up cap space.
Release. Yeah, Giants released Galladay. Same thing. I'll keep pounding. The Giants released Galladay. Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills, is basically taking a year off and said he'll return to coaching in 2024.
Oh, wow. Wow. He regrouping, huh?
Mm-hmm. What does it say about Carson Wentz? I know, Bishop, you're gloating inside.
Why am I gloating?
Carson Wentz release. At this point, Carson has been...
He got released again?
Yeah, he got released. The Washington Commanders released him yesterday.
I knew it. I told you. I told y'all.
See, look at see.
But I said that.
He goes from Philly
to Indianapolis.
To Indianapolis. To Washington. Now
to the streets.
To the free agent pool.
To the streets.
To the streets. Carson's for the streets.
Somebody might pick him up though.
But not as a starter, I hope not.
Not as a starter.
Let me ask this question.
Is
he starting material still?
No.
Or is he potentially Fitzpatrick?
Yeah,
or is it unfair to even call him Fitzpatrick? Because Fitzpatrick.
No, I think it's even. I'm about to say that might be unfair to call him even. Yeah, he might end up in the XFL. You're right. You're right, Anthony. You laughing, but that might be some real truth
for Trey Lance, man.
That might be some real truth right there, Anthony. That might be some real truth. What up, Leslie? What up? Bishop said he belongs to the street.
What's good, Leslie?
I'm just saying, bro. I've been saying Carson Wentz. I'm just saying Carson Wentz, man. Once everybody figured out Carson Wentz, his little antics, why should have kept Heineke in at the end of the season if they were going to do this? Look. Yeah. I don't know.
Eric Bieniemy is there now. I wonder if it's an Eric Bieniemy move when he's like, nah, he's not the quarterback. He's for my offense. We think we need to release him.
The proof was in the pudding, bro. This dude, he had a good season in Philly, but after that injury, he was in a serious decline.
So
and could not get back on track.
Is it Howe's offense now, or do you think they're going after somebody in the free agency or in the draft?
I think they probably might. You talking about Washington?
Yeah.
I think they're going somebody in the free agency. Either now that they released Wentz, I'm sure Rodgers is in their grasp thinking about Rodgers. They might even be thinking about Carr. I know everybody. I'm not lying. Everybody's waiting to see what's about to happen to Lamar. Everybody's still waiting on Lamar because Lamar ain't done. They haven't done nothing with Lamar yet.
What do you think about Lamar in Washington? Is that problems?
Ooh,
In the NFC,
please
in
don't.
the NFC
I
East?
pray to God he don't go to Washington. We don't want them problems. We do not want them problems, bro.
We would get to see. Is it Eric Bieniemy? Was it Eric Bieniemy and
That
Mahomes,
part.
or what? Or like you say, do you? And then he got weapons there. He got receivers.
That part.
He got
That's what I'm.
Brian Robinson is a serviceable running back. Like
we don't want them
it'd be
problems.
RG3 2.0 all over again.
2.0. Yep. Don't want them problems. No sir. No sir. No. Lamar's coming to Tampa.
Do you think Lamar is going anywhere? Honestly,
I don't, bro. What's taking so long for them to make the move? What are we waiting on? What are we waiting on?
Or they're going to franchise tag him.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. I don't know, man.
It's a lot going on in Washington, though. When you think about it, they getting ready to sell. Jeff Bezos is thinking about buying the franchise already. Yeah. So I don't know. Franchise quarterbacks last longer.
Chase Young expendable to Chicago or Baltimore.
That's another one. Yeah. Chase Young. See, there's a lot going on in Washington.
Yeah, Chase. Yeah, he had a bad season because of an injury. He was doing well at the beginning of the season. Then he got injured. He just couldn't bounce back from an injury. He kept getting hurt. So, but yeah, we definitely don't want Lamar out in Washington. Yeah, no.
I don't think Lamar is going.
But I don't think we thinking about somebody else. I don't think Tua finna stay in Miami either. I don't think Tua would
go. I think Tua would be on the streets too before, not in a bad way. It's just that, you know what I'm saying, it's talent. I mean, not talent wise, it's health wise. I just think
health wise, he got what? How many concussions he done had? And
he got 2 noticeably this year, but honestly 3 when you look at it.
Right. I don't think Tua gonna be in Miami.
At what point would you hang it up, Bishop? Would you go ahead and hang it up now, or would you go ahead and give it another year? Because it's a job. It's job security.
Right, but for me, I would have to hear what the docs are telling me. I'd have to hear what they're telling me. Like, you know, look, if they in my face saying, "Hey, look, bro, I'm letting you know, you had 2 within the last 2 months, 3 months, concussions. You had 1 last year, the year prior. Hey, you might want to take a break. These concussions is you getting them too often. Another 30 million.
It's always like you said."
I get it, bro, but
it sounds good. Like you said, Leslie's early retirement, risky.
What expense, bro? Yeah.
So you're listening to the doctors, you listen to your fans, you listen to the players, you listen to the family. It's everyone you're listening to and making the decision, right?
Yeah, I am.
But ultimately, you have the decision to make.
The ultimate decision. Yeah. I mean,
like
we've all seen nice. any given Sunday when Lawrence Taylor was not Lawrence. Was it Lawrence Taylor?
Yes.
Any given Sunday, when they was talking,
it was.
And they was like, if you get one more hit like this, it could be fatal. And he was like, man, I need. He basically was like, I need this money for my family. You know, Lawrence Taylor was like, I need this money. This is my livelihood. You know,
so in that fact, do you you got to make a decision?
You do, just like whatchamacall made the decision. Jared, not Jared Goff. What's his name that retired early? Because
Patrick Willis.
No,
he didn't. Right.
No.
You talking about back in the day?
No. I'm talking about recently.
Oh,
within the last 5 years.
Recently?
Yeah, had to because.
You talking about Andrew Luck?
Andrew Luck. That's it.
Oh yeah, Andrew. Yeah, he was cooking, and he was like, "Yo, I'm done."
After those, the docs told him though. The docs told him. They was like, "Look." Yeah, the docs told him. They was like, "Look, bro, it's not. Is it worth it to you? Because I'm telling you now, you got too many." So.
I think maybe that 30 million would have to. That's a hard sell though.
It is.
Looking at 30 million. You're looking at 30 million. You're looking at your couch. You're looking at 30 million. You're looking at your couch. like that couch ain't
Boy,
worth 30 million. Oh my
bruh,
goodness.
that's it's a hard pill to swwallow, bro.
You
It
can't
got
be like, you
humble
can't be,
yourself.
you probably, now if he was someone like what's the quarterback in uh in Carolina, I mean in Arizona, Kyler Murray,
Kyler Murray
you can make money on becoming a gamer, but that might not
or
be too.
something.
Yeah,
Baseball. Kyler Murray could always go back to baseball if he
yeah,
chose.
Kyler, yeah, these other things. It's like, yeah, is that cost worth 30 million?
Yeah, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, they'd always go to baseball if they chose to.
Says 30 million or your grave. I don't
That
know,
part.
man. That's got to be a hard. That's got to. So those are the problems in which you don't
And you
want.
got to keep in mind, Tua is young. He ain't been in the league but what 3-4 seasons,
It's 4 seasons, yeah. So it's like,
bruh.
bruh,
He's
like
young. He's
it's
young.
like,
Tua better
yeah.
start investing if he hasn't
Those
already. You ain't lying. You
those
ain't
are
never
the
lied.
those are the rich people problems in which you don't want. Where it's like I got to
Those are
decide this.
those problems you
Yeah,
don't
I
want.
got to
That's
decide
facts.
between livelihood or my living. You know what I'm saying? My
Yep.
family, especially if your family been
Now,
relying on you solely. You know what I'm saying, to be that person, because they're a very tight knit group, his family and stuff like that, certain beliefs.
but this is the thing. You don't.
Your brother ain't that
You
nice. So
even still, right now, Tua still, even if he would just decide to say, no, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and retire and give it up, he still got to worry about CTE
yeah, it doesn't
in the
stop.
long run.
That part. You're
Yes,
so
yeah,
right.
in the long run, you still got to worry about that. If you've had too many concussions, CTE could still play a part in your livelihood, even though you decided to go ahead and hang it up early because of so many concussions. CTE can still come and creep up on you later down the line.
You gotta think about all those players that ended their careers early. And it's like, yeah, you got Andrew Luck, Patrick Willis. There's a couple of them. Hell, it was the dude, we had a rookie on San Francisco that after Patrick Willis hung him up, he hung him up. This dude was on, he played 1 year. It's like, I'm retiring from football.
Yeah. Some people just like they hear about it and see it and they like, you know what, I don't want them problems. And to see how Tua got hit, got up and fell back down like he was in a boxing match. That was tough. Like Leslie said, that was tough to watch, bro. That's tough to watch. And we know boxers get CTE too, just the same because of head trauma. Head trauma. It is what it is, man.
Those problems.
I don't know. We'll see. AB, what?
It says he
AB
has it a
said
year later.
And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, bro.
Yeah, not that far off, huh? I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
No, at all. Whatsoever, bro. Whatsoever. These are things you definitely got to pay. These are things that definitely need to be considered. So the quarterback carousel is evolving and rotating around. We'll see. So many free agents out there, like you said. Wentz is now available, waiting on Lamar. Don't know what they about to do. Dallas is about to do with Dak. Even though I think he already got signed.
Yeah, I think Dak. I think he stayed. Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
And then,
but it's a bunch of them out there. As long as the one was coming in, because you got to think as people. Yeah, because you got to think as people shift, that makes someone else available or a position available or someone up for grabs. So it's definitely they're out there. It's I mean, I wonder if Trey Lance going to be up for. I swear, every time I think of it, I see Trey Lance.
Hey, that was a big investment y'all put on that young man. That was a big. Oh, Garoppolo, he out there. Like it's a lot of people out there, man. A lot of people out there, and these teams are looking for pickups, and it's about to be interesting for the next 30, 60 days on what's going to happen with this quarterback carousel.
So moving to conversation NBA. I know due to the conversation we had yesterday, we missed out on talking about one particular thing. Of course, outside of two particular things.
What you about to say?
What you about to say? Hold on. What were you about to say? Two particular things.
No, it wasn't one, but one thing that was really relevant. I know you ain't trying to say anything else was relevant. Ain't but one thing relevant in talks yesterday was Dame dropping 71 freaking points on the
71 points, bro.
71
13.
points on the Rockets.
I was just in a particular, like I was thinking, because earlier in the week, last week, Trace, I'm not Trace. I can always call him Trace because that's his middle name, and that's the name he goes by. But Paul George reached number 15. He said dedicated to the Lakers. He's like,
That part.
no, not that part. Y'all say even though LeBron is down, we still good. That's what Trey's.
I'm not good. Y'all, now LeBron, they talking about LeBron for the miss some mad time, bro, because of that injury, that foot injury.
Several weeks because of the foot injury.
Yeah, it's about to be
3 to 4 weeks. We good. That's what the trades are for. We brung in players to make a difference.
And you really think them players are finna do y'all some just? Oh my
we're
God,
good. I think we're good. We want to see what happens tonight versus the Grizzlies. But first and foremost, of course, like I said, Dame Dash, 71 points, 13 3-pointers made. I was just looking at him on the all-time list. I was like, he's one of a couple of players in the top 20 that are in the active players that are on the list. I was like, and I was like, oh, okay, Dame. You know what I'm saying? Paul George is number 15. But Dame on fire. First and foremost, is 81 in reach or more? Is that in reach in this
absolutely? If he just knocked down 71,
that makes two because earlier in the year Donovan Mitchell dropped 71.
I know. That's why I say it's in reach. That's why I agree it's in reach because we had two people drop.
Who though?
Oh, who gonna get it first?
Yeah. You know what I think about it? Why hasn't LeBron dropped 71 or more?
He ain't that dude. That's why.
You know what, Bishop? I realize you are a Jordan.
He's not that
sexual.
dude.
I realize you are a Jordan sexual.
He's not that dude, bro.
LeBron isn't the dude to drop 81.
No, he's not gonna do it. No, hell no. Nope.
You got Jonathan. You got John. Now I admit Dame is that dude. I'll give you that. Dame is that dude. But he
was just in the zone. Yes. Did you see the one he shot from like half court, bro?
And maybe it could be LeBron doesn't have.
He thought it was still the All-Star game. Dame still thought it was the All-Star game, bro.
Yeah, LeBron doesn't have Dame type range either. So like Dame has range.
Hands down, man's down. Look at this. And he killing them every which way possible. Like he ain't just shooting. Don't get me wrong. He dropped 13 threes, but he killing you. And then they contested, and he's still knocking that joint down, bro. Like, what do you do when they're in the zone? You can't do nothing about it, bro. You just you just look to the hole. Back to Dame. Oh, you ain't gonna put nobody on me? Let me knock that down right there for you.
Wait, that's what he said?
Yeah, like you ain't gonna put nobody. Knock that down.
This how y'all
think this is a game? Let me see half court. Pow. Like, come on, bro. At that point, at that point, you just be like, man, just let it go, bro. You like at that point, you just like, man, it's any playing in Portland, you be like, bro, it is what it is, bro. Look, people pointing at their watches, they knew what time it was, man.
Oh yeah, at this point,
going to the rack. Like, what do you do with that, bro? And the foul. Oh no, he didn't get the foul on that. Like, what do you do? They said picks. They try to double team, contest it. Wow. Like,
now tell me, Bishop. At this point, officiating, you become a fan as an official at this point.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Well, now, at this point,
you in all as well. Like, yo, this man is in his zone.
Did he just? Oh my God! Did he just do that? He was like Dame was in his arsenal, bro. Dame was in his. Oh, hold on. Dame was in his arsenal, bro. Did you? Hold on. He was in his arsenal. Like he killed it any which way possible. Dame was in his bag. What? He's in his bag. Look, he's like, oh, you playing Laxicle. Oh, let me. Bam. I'll take that too. And the foul. He was in his bag, bro. He was in his bag. Like his bag was wide open. Look, they trying to put anybody and everybody on him. Yeah. What do you do with that? What do you do? Like, what? Dame needs another team, bro. Dame needs another
I would say
team.
this needs to be put next to Kobe, but of course we can't do that because that was 71 compared to 81. So so we would have to maybe him and Donovan Mitchell, or him and like Donovan said, him
Look at
and
they trying to
Devin
triple
Booker.
team him. Look, he going through. They doing everything like
So at this point, as a coach,
bro, what do I do?
As a coach, you just sit back and let it go.
As a coach, man, ain't nothing you can do. As a coach, you just let it
let
be.
them go.
You
let them have it. Let them have
it. You let it be, bro. As a coach, you let it be. Yeah,
he had 40. He had 44 at halftime.
He was on pace to get to 80. Then he was on pace to get to 80. And he had 44 at half. He was on pace to get it. I'm calling him Bill Lane Beard fell. I don't even think that would have mattered, bro. Dame was just in his bag, bro. You cannot do anything with that. Dame needs another team, though. I'm not gonna front.
I think he's going to be good where he's at. He might get there and bring him help. Maybe someone might actually look to go play with him for the most part. So last night it was only a couple of games, 4 games, of course, to be exact. First and foremost, the Pistons faced off against the Charlotte Hornets.
This is something else.
And it's the Hornets. How does my man go down? This is
something else. This man got 70 points in 14 games. Dame hit 71 in 1 game. Man, hang up your shoes.
Ben, come to LA, man. We got you.
Ben, hang up your shoes, man. 14 games, you got 70 points. This man did it in 1. Hang up your shoes, man.
The Charlotte Hornets were able to take care of business in Charlotte this yesterday, defeating the Detroit Pistons by the score 117-106. Of course, in business word, the toilet bowl game. Charlotte with the win improves to 20-43, while the Pistons dropped to 15-47 as they are in the Victor Wembanyama sweepstakes. In this game, Detroit Pistons were led by 2 players with 23 points apiece. Diallo, 23.3 rebounds, 2 assists, as James Wiseman, as the new Piston over from the Golden State Warriors, 23.7 rebounds, 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist from Marvin Bagley III, as well as Killian Hayes contributed with 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 10 assists, 17 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists from Alec Burke as well. On the other side of the spectrum, Terry Rozier led the field with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, 18 points, 5 rebounds from Kelly Oubre, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists from Gordon Hayward, LaMelo Ball, 18.6 rebounds, and 5 assists. But he did go down with an injury, a fractured right ankle on a play that was it was crazy because all he was doing was dribbling, cross step to the right, and fell down and grabbed his ankle after that. Interesting, but so he will be out most likely a couple of weeks with the broken ankle. Maybe the rest of the season, honestly, he might be out. But of course, it remains to be seen.
Melo?
Melo. Maybe he recovers. Maybe he's not like his brother. His brother still is dealing with his problems. Additionally, the Heat faced off against the Philadelphia 76ers last night. 76ers falling to the Heat 101-99. The Heat improved to 33-29 with the win, 39-21 for the 76ers in their loss. The Heat were led by Jimmy Butler's 23 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist from Gabe Vincent. Kevin Love, 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Bam Adebayo, 13.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 13 points, from Max Strus. Victor Oladipo contributed with 11 points, and Tyler Hero, 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. For the 76ers, Joel Embiid dropped 27 and 12 for a double-double, 2 assists to go along with that. James Harden, a double-double, 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 12 assists. 23 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists for Max Strus. Tyrese Maxey, from Tyrese Maxey, 23 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. Tobias Harris, 2 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. PJ Hucker, 5 points, 4 rebounds. And Jalen Daniels, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, all for what was a loss as Miami wins 101-99. Other games that took place last night, in which the Orlando Magic doing what they can to try to make the
That looked like a
playoffs.
travel.
Play-in. Did it run it back? Oh, I'm pretty sure they're gonna run it back.
That looked like a travel, bro. Hold on. All right. When the ball's picked up
Bam.
there,
Each pickles gather.
one, two, three.
Nah. The
That's a nice
gather,
move.
it still was a gather,
The
I
gather.
think,
Yeah.
because he lost. I think he lost control of the ball and he picked it
Yeah.
up on the second one, so it was close. So
That was nice. That was a nice move, though. That was a
Orlando
nice
Magic, shout out to Leslie. Your Magic, Orlando Magic, get the win. 26 wins, 36 games. They're 10 games below 500. P5, Roy. 10 games below 500 as they get the 26-36 record. The New Orleans Pelicans dropped to 30-32 on the year. Paolo Banchero, 29 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists on the night. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists from Markelle Fultz. Franz Wagner, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists from his brother Moritz. All in the winning effort. The Pelicans, however, Brandon Ingram dropped 25 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. 18 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists from CJ McCollum. 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists from Herb Jones. Amaji Marshall, 4.7 points from Trey Marshall III, as well as Jose Alvarado, 7 points and 3 rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas, 8 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Without Zion, they have hit a huge wall, in my opinion. You thought with Brandon Ingram coming back, it seems like the team was actually better when Brandon and Zion wasn't there. What's good morning, Irma? How you doing?
What's going on, Irma? How you doing?
CJ McCollum, when it was CJ McCollum's team specifically with him and the young players, it seems like they were better. Zion came back, they got better. So there hasn't been a point to where Zion and Brandon Ingram. I mean, when Zion and Ingram were playing and Cullum was playing together, they were actually a problem. Not so much now. It's like what has gone on? Is Zion really that potent of a player to where his absence is putting them in this position to where they're potentially looking at a play-in? Yeah, it's getting ugly for him, but I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. It gives us opportunity.
Of course you are.
In last night's game, Bishop, your man gets his first ever ejection.
Who?
Jason Tatum ejected in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's why they lost?
Nah, they was losing prior to. I don't think it was going to be anything because it was like a minute or 2 to 3 minutes before it left the game when he got ejected. But he did get ejected. Bad calls, in his opinion. He's like, and then when they asked him about the officiate, he's like, the officiate was great. It's the greatest game officiated I've ever played in and officiated. So
that's what he said?
Oh, yeah, at the press conference. You know they get fined for saying things about the officials.
Yeah.
It's like y'all.
He was being politically correct.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm Brogdon dropped 28 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. 14.7 rebounds, 9 assists from Jason Tatum. Al Horford, 13 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. 13.6 rebounds, 4 assists from Derek White. Robert Williams with 6 points, 7 rebounds. Marcus Smart, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Blake Griffin had 1 rebound, 1 assist. For the Knicks, Julius Randle, 23 points. 23 points from Emmanuel Quickly, 12 points Josh Hart, 17 points from Jalen Bronson. However, Jalen did receive a technical to Jalen Bronson because he kicked Marcus Smart. Or so they said. It don't look like it was a kick.
It was scary, right? If I didn't hold him to the rim, I was upset about that. Upset about the 3. I feel like he smacked my arm.
He did.
It didn't go my way.
Yeah, he I think he had reasons.
He was justifiable.
Oh yeah.
I'm tired of this. Like we're trying to make a statement.
I mean, they was playing in the Garden, so.
I mean, it's tough, right? The first one, no call. If you look, it was clearly a foul, and those ones is tough. Like you get a tech for something that you probably was right about. Second one, I just told him this is probably the best officiated game I've been a part of. I tried to give him a compliment.
He told the officials that.
He didn't curse. He was just like, he was very sarcastic.
It was the best officiated game I've been a part of. I meant it.
He said it. So he actually said it in the game toward the official.
Yeah, he got ejected for it. But I mean, he probably had some justifiable reasons.
You said it was justified. I'm gonna see if I can find him. I didn't see
the fouls.
They was legit.
The one Julius Randle, Jason Taylor was shooting a 3-pointer. Julius Randle jumped out to contest it, and when he contested it, he pushed his shooting hand to the left. Clearly, pushed it to the left. And one of them was Jason Tatum got a technical for hanging on the rim after a dunk. But what happened is the player, whoever was the defender, pushed him in the back while he was on the rim. So he had to hold on longer till he swung back till he came back, to a point to where he can land on his feet. And he got hit with a technical for that. And then, of course, he got tossed out. Well, he was talking about the foul, which he was complaining to the referee and talked to him about the game, and that's when he got ejected. And then, of course, Josh Hart was was antagonizing the situation with antics and stuff like that. So it was a whole, it was crazy.
Really? I think I got it right here.
And which was interesting, they what's the name? They even get he got the technical for what I think. It doesn't look like it was. It didn't look like it was a kick. Yeah, see, here you go, 3 times.
So he got 2 technicals. That's what got him kicked.
Yeah, that's what got kicked out. But the technical was just a bad officiating in his opinion.
Oh, and Jaylen Brown didn't play. Where's Tatum at? I don't even see. Oh, right there. People just
Josh Hart is
like you say antagonizing, bro.
So it basically had that. So of course it made a difference in case they fall.
They didn't have Jaylen Brown too, so that's huge. That was major.
They fall, of course. So 94 to 109 for 94 to 109 for the Boston Celtics. In any case, leading to that. Tonight's games, of course, you have the Chicago Bulls and the Raptors. Chicago Bulls and the Raptors, the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets, the Washington Wizards and the Atlanta Hawks. The Los Angeles Lakers will be facing off with the Memphis Grizzlies, Denver Nuggets and Houston Rockets, the Kings and the Thunders, Pacers and the Mavericks. Why they can't get right in Dallas for the most part, I don't know. San Antonio, Utah.
They didn't pick up no defense by adding Kyrie. They just picked up a bunch of more offense. That's not helping Dallas. Dallas needed help more defensively. Spurs, Jazz, Timberwolves face off against the Clippers in LA, and the Trailblazers versus the Warriors tonight at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So some big games tonight. The Bulls, I would probably say the biggest game tonight is probably going to be the Lakers versus the Grizzlies. Probably the Lakers versus the Grizzlies, and then the Trailblazers versus the Warriors are probably the 2 big games tonight. Out of all the games that are being played, in my opinion, yeah. So it should be interesting. Milwaukee, I don't know if Giannis is back from his injury, but that's still even without Giannis being in, I'm sure the Bucks will probably still possibly beat the Nets without Giannis. The Grizzlies, well, we know the Lakers don't have LeBron because of the foot injury, so it's a opportunity for Ja to do his thing, versus them Lakers. I'm definitely feeling the Grizzlies getting the win at home versus the Lakers. That's just without being said, probably. But it's a great slate of 10 games tonight. Yeah, 10 games.
10 games.
Yeah, 10 games tonight. So Should be a good, interesting NBA night of basketball.
What is this? Officiating has been bad in the NBA for a minute. Some teams see stuff all the time. Commissioner Myers, sometimes you can say stuff and you don't get a warning. You just done.
Yeah.
Warriors and Blazers are going. Yeah, Warriors and Blazers ain't going to have that much heat for the simple fact there's no Steph, but there is Clay.
There is Dame.
Clay and Dame, correct. Clay has been on the score
that's
too.
the second best game tonight.
I asked this question: is Clay a better shooter than Steph?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Clay's range is not. I mean, Clay's range is not Steph's range.
I understand that, but does the range make a difference? Like, okay, you step out 40 feet and shoot.
Yeah.
But
when you have to bring a defender,
I got two coaches in the line. Coach Cal, Coach Mike. Do you?
Thank you. You got him. Take Mike. When you have to bring a defender out to practically the damn half court line to defend defend Steph, that opens up the defense, bro. Dame is not getting chased around the court all game. I'm just saying.
Do you want your sniper shooting 40 feet out though? That's what I'm getting at. Like Clay is pretty proficient.
Yeah, if he can hit it, why not? Yeah. If he can hit it, if he consistently can hit it, why not? Again, when it's all said and done, if you have to bring a defender out to guard a person 40 feet out, that opens up the defense. Thank you, Leslie. Clay is nice, but he's not Steph. He's not. Clay can knock down the ball. Now, don't get me wrong. He can shoot that. He can shoot that pill, but he's not shooting it like that, like Clay, man. I mean, like Steph. He's not. If that his range, that is an additional threat. That part. That's absolutely that part, bro. You guard Clay. You guard Steph as soon as he walk in the gym. Clay, you let him get to you guard him once he get around the 3-point line. Steph, you guard him as soon as he walk in the gym.
So people underestimate the difficulty in what Reggie Miller and Rip Hamilton had to do. Oh, talking about being chased and running around screens and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. That takes away when you chasing somebody like that. That takes away from not only you defensively, but offensively. Your legs are gone. Your legs are gone when you're sitting here chasing Steph around the court on defense continuously. You have no legs, just like he said, like Reggie Miller and like Rip Hamilton. You have no legs. Your legs are shot. You've ran probably 10 miles in a game.
Dame too. I think you got to meet Dame at half court too. He has range like that.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Dame's range is better than Clay's range. Absolutely, without question. Dame's range is better than Clay's range too. I would put it Steph, then Clay. Steph, Dame, then Clay. In that order. We just seen what Dame did. 71 points, and it wasn't nothing like he was 5, 6 feet away from the 3-point line, bro.
But so this is what we got to keep in mind, right? And that it's good that you just said that. Dame and both Donovan Mitchell dropped 71, correct?
Right. But Donovan's 71 wasn't like Dame's 71. So Donovan, how many threes did Donovan hit?
Yeah, it was a 13. Yeah, it was a 13.
Right. So he had accumulated a bunch of points outside of or inside the 3-point line, whereas Dame knocked down 13 threes, and then he went to the rack. Now Donovan did the same thing. He went to the rack too and got points, going to the cup. But I'm just saying, man, Dame was hitting from everywhere.
What I was about to say, add to the conversation in this match, is that Dame and Donovan both dropped 71. Just, I think, 10 or 11 points more than what Clay dropped. But Clay dropped 60 plus with a Steph Curry on his team. Mm-hmm. Like, he had another scorer in the game that was scoring, and he dropped 71. Dame, he ain't got nobody else. Donovan Mitchell, not necessarily got nobody else. So it's a little bit different. So what if Clay was in the same situation? Do you think Clay is able able to drop 70? I mean, technically, I guess you could say any player that's in the NBA can drop
that many
71
points.
or more. Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this particular instance, when you sit and have in Clay's defense, he plays with another star, which that may got freed him up. Like, at what point do you like guard this person? Yeah, Mitchell had 25. He was 25 for 25 from free throw. That's right.
Yeah. So that's 20. Yeah. So that's some points. That's a lot of points from the free throw line right there too. Does it matter who you dropping the 71 points on? I think. No, it don't matter. It
Does
don't.
it not? So Kobe dropped his
No.
81 over Toronto. Was
Toronto.
Toronto any good that year?
No, they was trash. They had I think they had a losing record that season.
What's his Dane dropped his on Houston. They're not good.
We know that they're rebuilding. And then Donovan did his on who?
Who did Donovan Mitchell play when he won?
Hold on, I'll find out. He dropped 61, right?
No, Donovan dropped 71.
Oh, it was.
They both dropped 71. The Bulls.
Was it the Bulls?
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Bulls. Yep, sure was. It was the Bulls. Yep. Yep.
It remains to be seen. But is there a potential another 71 this season? Like
this season?
Yes, we got
Probably
two
not.
in one season.
Probably not. If it is another 71, which I don't think Steph has ever hit 71.
No, Steph isn't a volume. He doesn't put up those points because again, he has other players. He has formidable players. It's for him.
But if somebody else was to do it, that's who will be next.
Steph?
It would be
you
Steph.
think it would be Steph?
Mm-hmm.
I'm mad that I'm still tripping off the fact that y'all say LeBron ain't built like that.
He's not. All y'all that's watching, do any of y'all feel like LeBron could drop 71 points? Honestly.
Or more.
For one, LeBron is not a 3-point threat like that whatsoever. And there's no way you drop at 71 without knocking out some threes. LeBron is not a 3-point threat like that. He's not. He could knock something down, but he ain't knocking them down like Donovan or like Steph or like Clay or like Dame. He's not. He'll get you maybe 4 or 5 in a game or so. But for him to knock down a plethora of threes, that's not LeBron. He's not doing that. And that's probably why he won't drop. Because when Kobe did it, how many threes did he hit? Let's see.
Of course, Bishop looked that up. Dan Snyder, Atlanta Hawks, have made a commitment to one another. Snyder takes over as the head coach for the Atlanta Hawks. You could see problems there. I could see. Leslie says you can see Tatum doing it. It could be. Would be at least 20 field goals in the paint, uncontested layups. Definitely for LeBron.
Kobe to hit 7. He shot 13. He hit 7 threes. But wasn't that game when Kobe hit those 81? Wasn't that an overtime game too, though?
Did they go to overtime?
I wanted to say that was an overtime game.
Let me see.
I want to say that was an overtime game, bro. Was it not? Maybe it wasn't.
No, it wasn't overtime because it was.
No, it wasn't. It didn't look like it. Attempted 46 field goals when scoring 81 points against the Raptors on January 22nd, 2006. Okay, no, I guess not. I thought it might have been. I thought it was an overtime game. So none of these points was overtime games. Donovan's wasn't either.
Donovan Mitchell's was overtime, I think.
Okay, so see that makes a difference.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell was overtime.
I thought one of these games was an overtime game. See, that makes a difference. Kobe and Dame didn't have overtime games, so they did it in regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan had extra time to do it.
So, of course, because we're gonna come back to something, because I know, like I said, Bishop is a Jordan sexual, in which I want to come back to this statement. But I first want to talk about the present as we know, LeBron James currently appeared to be out a couple of weeks, 3 to 4 possibly, with a foot injury.
Hang it up, LeBron. Hang it up. You're about as injury prone as darn Anthony Davis now. You really are. Y'all take a turn. Oh, it's my turn. No, it's my turn. You was out last week, no, but I only was out one day. It's time. LeBron talking about 2 more years. No, it's time, bro. LeBron need to let it go.
Second season is not over. So I go back to this, right? So Coach Cal said Jordan would have dropped 100 on Houston, but I don't want to start anything. So you're not starting anything necessarily. But I asked Bishop as the resident
rock, paper, scissors, or who's sitting out?
I asked Bishop being the Jordan sexual that he is. I asked you this, Bishop. Could what if Jordan had stayed in the league the 2 years he was out? Would he have 8 championships in your opinion?
Absolutely.
Stupid.
Absolutely. What's
So
explain to the
hold on? You realize what you're saying, correct?
I sure do.
You say he would have went to 8 straight championships and won every single one of them championships. That's what you're telling me right now.
I absolutely do. So explain to me, with his 2-year hiatus and when he left, Orlando, and then comes back and win 3 more. What was the difference in those 2 years that would have made it a different? Would have made it a different outcome.
Technically, he did come back the second year. It was just late in the year, and they lost to Orlando in the Eastern Conference, the Eastern Conference Championship.
Right. Yeah. See, even Leslie said yes. MJ, that guy. Yes, he would have won them, bro.
8 consecutive championships.
Yep.
What you're telling me? Yep. What y'all telling me?
Absolutely.
Hell no.
What would have made it? What would have made it different? How can you take a 2-year hiatus and come back and triple-peat again?
Who won the championships the 2 years Jordan was gone?
Wasn't it Houston and
It was Houston. It was just Houston.
Both times, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's no way Houston would have won it. No, bro.
Who was the top player on that Houston team?
Akeem.
Yes. Even
Akeem was still there when he came back.
Even Commissioner Myers stated that it would have been a problem. Hakeem would have been the person to knock Jordan off.
Was Akeem not there for his second triple-peat?
No, he wasn't. He was, but the team wasn't there. The team, because they got taken care of. They got knocked off by Portland.
My point exactly. Portland knocked off Houston, so they couldn't make it. So why? So it doesn't even matter about Akeem because the Rockets couldn't make it past Portland, so it wouldn't have mattered.
8 straight championships and won, not just 8, because Bron went to 9 straight championships. But we're saying he would have went to
8 in a row
straight
and
won 8 in a row.
Absolutely.
He
won 6. He won 6. How could he not win those other 2?
He wouldn't have. Nah.
You can't.
He might have. Nah. I'm not going to even.
You think that big 3, Jordan, Rodman, and Scotty would be together for all them 8 rings yet? I don't know, Anthony. I would like to say I feel like they would have been. Yes, I would like to say that's automatic. And if he went to LA with Phil Jackson, he would have won 3 more. You're probably right, Don. You're probably right. MJ is not on MJ level. LBJ is not on MJ level. Thank you, Leslie. I'm glad someone else says it. Thank you, Leslie. Because this guy over here doesn't believe 2
I wasn't saying that LeBron
it is, Calvin.
Was
through 2 3-peats is just wild. That's come on, bro. 2 3-peats. 2.
But y'all say they 8 consecutive championships. That's even more far-fetched than the 2-3.
How?
I can
That's not
see
as-
2-3-peats. I can see 2-3-peats. Why? Because you get 1 3-peat, there's a break in between, and then you come back and run back another 3-peat. I can see that. That's imaginable. That's not beyond anything, because there's been teams out there that potentially could have done it. It just gets harder. But to sit up and run off during that era, to run off 8 consecutive championships, hell no.
Yes, I totally believe he could have done it. Only Laker fans will call LeBron the GOAT.
I don't call LeBron to go either. But what I'm saying is, I don't think so, bro. I just don't see that. If Jordan wanted to ring chase and then went to LA with Shaq and Kobe, that's like cats do now. The year before Houston won, Phoenix and Barkley killed Houston with the same players. Yes, but that's the year that they lost to Charles Barkley. That's the year Charles Barkley and them lost to Jordan in the championship. The next year after that is when Jordan was in the league no more, but Houston became the dominant, knocked off Phoenix, knocked off everybody. So Houston they seen it, they tasted it, they didn't get a chance, and they came back dominant. I don't know if Jordan would have been able to defeat that. Jordan came back the following year and got handled by a young Penny Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal. But they wasn't ready, but they was too young, wasn't ready for Houston.
We will never know. He
No,
could
we
have had
won't.
11, 12 trips if he never retired and parlayed his chances by joining LA to keep the run going. You right, Calvin. He could have. If he went to LA with Kobe and Shaq, you right.
Y'all are bugging. I don't think they would have had that. Would have 8.
I'm glad you go to LA though. Why is that so far fetched, bro?
8. I don't think so. Not doing that. I think Houston did. I think Houston did what they were supposed to do
without Jordan being in the NBA. They did do what they were supposed to do without Jordan being there. They did. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Isn't that what LeBron did? Didn't LeBron win his first championship when Kobe was gone?
Nah, did he? Nah.
When was his first championship?
I think Kobe was around.
LeBron's first championship was when?
It was
2010.
It was 2012.
12. When did Kobe retire? 2016, I think.
I think so. Yeah, because he went to the Hall of Fame when year before last.
2016, yeah. Kobe retired 2016. Yeah, April 13th. Okay, for Kobe.
Because Kobe won his first championship over OKC. I mean, LeBron won his first championship over OKC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Y'all be bugging.
Yeah, I do. Had Shaq stayed in Orlando, Magic would have had some championships. A lot of people agree to that, Leslie. A lot of people, him and Penny, they was a tandem. Them boys was nothing. I just hate that Penny got hurt, man. Penny Hardaway's injuries hindered him from being a great player. Because Penny was that dude. That's why this era is soft. Because in the 90s, Booker, Mitchell, and Dame.
Watch that word soft, Donovan. We found that over the weekend. You might want to be a player that using that word. Using that word soft. You've
never seen guys like Bill Lynch and Cliff Livingston, B.J. Armstrong, and Steve Kerr get so much praise until this debate started with who had help. And that's the thing, man. Everybody talks about Jordan and all the help in which he had. What people fail to realize is Jordan, that was an organic team put together. That was the only person that was brought in, traded for, was Dennis Rodman. That's it. Everybody else pretty much was an organic team. On that team, everybody else was organically brought into the Bulls organization. Only person that was traded in was Dennis Rodman. And Jordan had all his help. Those players were there. They came there. from the drafts. That's what they had. It wasn't teams that were put together like the Lakers did, like the Lakers just done recently, like Brooklyn did. Like only teams that's organic right now is the Warriors. They're organic. This
They are not organic.
Who did they bring in when they won their championships? Who they bring in?
Wiggins.
Who? No, I said before Wiggins. Before they only
won. So they only won one championship without bringing in. Well, technically, you're bringing Andre Iguodala for their first championship. But besides that, that's it. Because after that, they had KD, and then after that, they had Wiggins.
They won 3 before KD, though.
No, they won 1 before KD, and then they won the next 2.
Oh,
they won 2 before KD, and then they won their next. They won 1 with KD. They went twice with KD, but they won 1 with KD, and then they won the second. Right. They won their last one with without him, but they had Wiggins. So their first 2 they had, but the first 2 they won was with they had what's his name was there?
Iguodala.
Iguodala, yeah, it was Iguodala was the first one. They won the first one. Andre Iguodala was brought in off free agency. Then maybe even the second one. They won 2 with KD. Yeah, they won 2 with KD.
They won 1 with KD.
Was it?
They didn't win 2 with KD. Yeah, they didn't win 2 with KD. They only won 1 with KD. They did win 2 with KD. You're right.
Yeah,
they won 2 with KD.
They went 3 times and won twice with KD and once without. One time with him. Lost 1 with him against LeBron. Won 2 with him. Oh no, they didn't lose to LeBron with him. Wait. But I know the first one they had Andre Iguodala was the difference. Yeah, they won in 2015, 2016, 2018, and 2022. So they won the 2017 and 18 with KD. 2022 was with Wiggins.
15 and 16 was without either one. Well, yeah.
Yeah, 2015 was so. With 2015 and 2022 was without KD, but KD was there for 3 of the championships. 2015 was with Andre Iguodala was the difference because Andre Iguodala ended up winning the series MVP. Then 2022, of course, Andre Wiggins was the difference, and then 2017 to 2018, the difference was Kevin Durant. So yeah, so definitely one of those situations. Yeah, they lost to Toronto. They lost to Toronto, then they lost to Cleveland as well. But they lost to Toronto. The one they lost to Toronto is when they lost KD and they lost Klay Thompson. Yeah, towards Achilles. Yeah. Now, had they had, do you think? I know we get ready to close out. Do you think had they not had lost Klay and Kevin Durant, would they had a 3?
They would have won that one too. Yep.
They would have beat. You think would have beat Toronto?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they could have had a 3-peat, and maybe we'll be looking at another 3-peat potentially, because they would have won 2008, 17, 2018, and 2019, and then 21, 22, easy money on that. Okay, on that one year with the full force, because they're gonna have what's his name was there too. Marcus Cousins was still who had just came back.
Mm-hmm.
Easy 3-peat over Toronto without their injuries.
Yep.
And then what does that say to Steph in that time frame? Was that too much versus Kawhi?
Was it what?
Was that too much, Steph? Because matter of fact, I know we get ready to leave in 2 minutes. Let's take a quick look at this. If KD stayed in, if KD had stayed in Golden State, would they have been that potent? We already said in 2019 they would have won the championship. That would have made would have made them victorious. So what about 22 or what about 20 and 21? Could they have beat he said they'll still be winning now. Could they have beat Antetokounmpo? And could they have beat the Lakers? I mean, would they have dispatched the Lakers? That's who.
You talking about bubble season? You talking about the bubble season? The asterisk season? Yeah, they
That's
definitely.
not the asterisk season. There you go
That
with
is
that
the
BS again.
Yeah, they'd have definitely beat the Lakers during the asterisk season.
So
For sure.
their challenge would have been the Lakers because there was no one else really hot that time, even on the East. But so the 2019 bubble season would have been the next. I mean, 2020, 2019-20 bubble season, and the 2021 got Antetokounmpo Milwaukee Bucks season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they probably would have won. Yep.
Without the injuries, that would have still been it.
Yeah,
they're still be winning right now.
Yeah. Yep. Without question.
He said Trey would have to fight KD and Poole at the same time. So, of course, you know what I'm saying, that's our time for the day. We appreciate you rocking with us this morning. Of course, you know what I'm saying, I know Commissioner Myers asked a question earlier. So, I know we will have special guests. As we said, we're going to get into the conversation in reference to the military basketball and competition. We're going to get the players' perspective on Thursday. So, we'll have Colton Ray, Sergeant Major Gabe, what's our major's last name? Gabe Bryant, I think it is. Deontay Claiborne, and I think it was Jamal Lewis. Oh, I have to look and see. But actually, I want to make sure I get those names correct. Let me see. Where my thing at? 1 second as I get it right. Correction. Sergeant Major Bryant, James Lewis, Deontay Claiborne, and Colton Ray is going to be tapped in. We're going to have them players' perspectives on reference to competition, tournaments, and all that type of stuff. The state of the NBA, military basketball, the state of military basketball as they see it. So we get the players' perspective. And so we're going to be able to tap in for that on Thursday as we have them on panel and talk to them about that. Of course, their careers and what's going on, especially when you hear a command sergeant major still putting in that work. From that point, Deontay Claiborne, Colton Ray, always conversation at James Lewis. So be sure to tap in on Thursday as we talk to them and get it in from their perspective. But besides that, it's been a great day today. It's Tuesday. Grab you some tacos or whatever it is do on the Tuesday. I know I got intramural games tonight. Round 2. Matter of fact, speaking of Deontay Claiborne, get to see him in action tonight as he plays. Opportunity to get another belt, another championship under his belt. He helped win the championship last year on the installation for in regards to the intramural. So he's on a different team this year. Opportunity to win again. So we'll see how that goes. They might get walked off. Air Force winning gold this year. Playtime is over. Really, Cal? That's what you feeling? Air Force. It could happen, maybe. All sources, Air Force. We'll see. But in any case, greatly appreciate y'all rocking with us. We'll be, y'all know what to tune in every Monday through Friday, 09 to 1100 hours Central Standard Time, right here. I hope y'all enjoy your day. Look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow.
Y'all be easy, man. Y'all be safe. We'll holler back at y'all. Have a great Tuesday. Last day of Black History Month.
Turn up.